And there was a bit of it around yesterday, as promised.
That's right, Rachel, there was. And some of us will see more of it today. In fact, over the next few days, it's actually going to turn that bit warmer, but it will be fairly short-lived. What we have for today and for some of us for tomorrow is a little bit of rain. Nothing particularly heavy. It's going to be light and patchy. There'll be some drizzle with it. And we're also looking at some mist and fog, particularly so around the coasts and the hills across southwest England and also Wales. And today, also the English Channel. And you can see after a bright start how the cloud romps in from the west and pushes across the Midlands and into East Anglia. But it will brighten up across northern England. So for northern England, for Northern Ireland and for Scotland, we're looking at a largely dry day. A few showers peppering the far north. The wind strengthening across the far northeast, particularly Shetland, where we could have gusts up to about 50 miles an hour. So here it'll feel cool. Lerwick 12 degrees, 18 in Liverpool, 20 in Norwich. The temperature's just a little bit below average for the time of year. Now, through this evening and overnight, the rain pulls away from the southeast. For many of us, it's going to be a clear night. Still a few showers in the north and still very windy across the northeast. But at the same time, we've got another weather front coming in across western areas. So Northern Ireland, you're going to cloud over through the course of the night with some patchy rain arriving by tomorrow morning. And it's the same too, quite murky across the far southwest. A chilly night for most, but muggy across parts of southern England. Now, as we head into tomorrow, again, a lot of dry weather, fair bit of sunshine around, but out towards the west, again, we've got the murk, we've got low cloud, and we've got some patchy light rain and drizzle. But temperatures are starting to rise up to about 24 degrees, and it's by the time we get to Thursday, those temperatures will rise across most areas. So then on Friday, temperatures start to dip once again. I did say we're short-lived. Rather stay on terra firma, John.
Oh, that's a shame, because I got your ticket.
Could you maybe change it to the Caribbean or somewhere, please?
Change it to Friday, yeah.
Carol, exciting times yesterday. Do you know what? I wore my sunglasses. Oh, yes.
For the first time this year?
For the first time in, well, it felt like many months.
Well, do you know what, Rachel? You'll need to get them out again. Maybe not so much today, although in the afternoon, yes. And then towards the end of the week, before it all changes, then get your brolly back out. In the meantime, you can use your brolly, of course, as a parasol. You never know. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Some of us are off to a beautiful start. As you can see from our Weather Watchers picture here, taken earlier in Gwynedd in Wales. Now, if you're just stepping out, it's not a particularly cold start to the day for most of us. These are the temperatures that will greet you. In Aldergrove in Northern Ireland, it's 9 degrees. Kirkwood in the Northern Isles, it's 11. But in St Mary's in the Isles of Scilly, it's already 16 degrees. And that's because we've got more cloud coming in here, courtesy of this clutch of weather fronts. We've also got tightly packed isobars across the northeast of Scotland. Here, it's going to be particularly windy as we go through the day. And to start with, we've also got some splashes of rain. Some rain across northern England currently. That will tend to disperse. And we've also got some low clouds, some murky conditions coming in across Wales and southwest England, with some hill and some coastal mist and fog. Now, through the day, that's going to be spreading steadily eastwards. So after a bright start in East Anglia, in the Midlands, for example, what you'll find is we'll see a return to some murkier conditions. But for Northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland, we are looking at a dry day, a peppering of showers in the far north, not much more than that, and windy in the northeast. Temperatures 12 to about 20 degrees. Now, as we head on through the evening and overnight period, we say goodbye to this rain across southern England. There'll be some clear skies, still pretty windy across the far northeast, and then a new weather front coming into Northern Ireland is going to introduce some thicker cloud, and by the end of the night, some spots of rain. And it's the same too across parts of Wales and the southwest. Here it'll be cloudy and quite murky with some patchy light rain and drizzle. Temperatures tonight, 9 to about 12 degrees, 15 in the Channel Islands, but it's starting to feel quite humid again across the far southwest. So that leads us into tomorrow. A lot of dry weather. Rachel will have her sunglasses out again. And we're looking at quite windy conditions across the far northeast. But you can see there's always going to be that bit more cloud in some western areas. And in the southwest and in Wales, could be thick enough for some spots of patchy light rain or drizzle. Temperatures starting to rise, though. 24 degrees in London, 23 in Birmingham, 20 in Edinburgh, but still cool across the far north. It's after that we start to see a bit of a change. The end of the week, certainly for Thursday and Friday, we're looking at drier and warmer conditions for a time, because during Friday we've got a weather front crossing us, and that's going to introduce some fresher conditions. So we're pulling in all this mild or warm air from the near continent. These are the kind of temperatures that you can expect, so widely into the mid-20s. But then it all gets ruined by a weather front coming in from the west, a cold front that's going to introduce some fresher conditions behind it, and also some rain or indeed some showers for some.
That's more like it.
You too. Rachel mentioned a return to summer. Well, on Wednesday and Thursday, it's looking like it is going to warm up. It's going to be that bit drier, but it's not going to last terribly long. What we have at the moment are some murky conditions. You can see this Weather Watchers picture taken earlier in Milford Haven. A lot of low cloud. There's coastal mist and fog around, as well as in the hills too. And it's all courtesy of this clutch of fronts which is drifting eastwards. This is Storm Hans, so named by the Norwegian Met Service. Look at the isobars, particularly as we approach the northeast of Scotland. Here, the wind is going to pick up as we go through the course of the day, especially in Shetland. We could have gusts up to about 50 miles an hour. But we do have all the cloud, the murky conditions, some patchy light rain and drizzle moving towards the east through the day. We might see one or two breaks as we go through the afternoon, but for most it will be cloudy. But it is going to brighten up across northern England, also Northern Ireland and Scotland, seeing a fair bit of sunshine and just a few showers. These are our temperatures: a chilly 12 in Lerwick to a high of about 20 or 21. Now, as we go through the course of this evening and overnight, that rain does clear. There'll be some clear skies, but by the end of the night, a new weather front's coming in across Northern Ireland, and that's going to introduce thicker cloud and some spots of rain. Once again, it's going to be murky and muggy across parts of Wales and southwest England. So then, into tomorrow, we start with a fair bit of sunshine. Through the course of the day, we'll see some fair weather cloud bubble up. Still very windy across the far northeast of Scotland, especially Shetland. And out towards the west, there will be a bit more cloud at times, and that could well be thick enough for the odd spot of rain. But we're starting to see the milder air move northwards, highs up to 24. And that process continues as we head through Thursday. We're pulling in all this warm air, this wind from the near continent across more or less the whole of the UK, except for across the far northeast. But that doesn't mean we're looking at blue skies wall to wall. There will be a bit more cloud at times, especially so in the west, thick enough for the odd shower here and there. Brighter skies with some sunny spells as we push further southwards and eastwards. These are our temperatures: 25, 26 degrees in the southeast, 25 in Glasgow. But as I mentioned, Rachel and John, as we head on into Friday, a weather front goes through us, and that will introduce fresher conditions.
OK, well, we've been warned. Thank you, Carol.
Thanks.
It's